From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. The January thaw is coming to an end for a lot of folks in the South, and more snow is on the way for the Northeast and the Great Lakes as we take a look around a large part of the U.S. and what's on tap weather-wise for the next few days. Much colder air is on the way for the southern U.S., with temperatures predicted to drop below freezing as far south as Florida. The cool-down comes after a warm start to the year. During the first 11 days of the month, cities like Charlotte, New Orleans, and Atlanta were running about 11 degrees above the historical average. The city of Jackson, Mississippi, measured nearly 14 degrees above the average during the same time frame. The upcoming change in the weather pattern will bring some more wintry conditions, though. AccuWeather's Brett Anderson said that a potent cold front will move across the southeastern U.S. on Wednesday night into Thursday, bringing much cooler air to the region. Compared to the high temperatures recorded on Monday and Tuesday, the highs on Thursday afternoon could be as much as 25 degrees lower. High temps are forecast to be in the 30s on Thursday for cities like Nashville and Atlanta. New Orleans and Tallahassee are likely to have temperatures in the lower 50s. The last time it was this cold in the southeast was during the final days of last year. Colder conditions will also be infiltrating Florida later this week. Chillier mornings could start as early as Tuesday morning in far northern Florida. However, the drop in temperature will be most extreme Thursday night. Low temperatures are forecast to drop into the 20s for cities like Jacksonville and Tallahassee, and cities like Orlando and Lakeland could drop as low as the 30s. AccuWeather's Dave Houck said interior areas of central Florida are likely to have a freeze Thursday night. The weather pattern setting up this week across the northern and eastern U.S. is likely to continue for the rest of the month. A southward dip in the jet stream will allow persistent waves of cold and snow to push into the Great Lakes and the Northeast. Snow could accumulate as far south as the Appalachians of North Carolina and Tennessee. While the snowy weather is unlikely to reach the Gulf Coast states, the weather pattern will bring a more persistent chill into at least early next week. Well, cold air and another storm are expected to bring a dose of snow to the Northeast this week, following a thaw that made it feel like the early days of spring across the region. Since last week, AccuWeather experts have been monitoring the snow potential for the Northeast after a storm and a shot of cold air moves through the Great Lakes midweek. Snow is expected to start in parts of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio on Wednesday before snow shifts into the Northeast for Wednesday night into Thursday. Now, some of the highest snow totals are predicted downwind of the Great Lakes. Inches of snow piling up across the interior Northeast can lead to some slippery travel as early as Wednesday evening and continue into Thursday night. Pittsburgh and Buffalo could have a slippery Wednesday afternoon commute, while some of the heaviest snow will fall in central and eastern New York on Wednesday night. Gusty winds are also forecast to accompany the incoming cold and snow. Wind gusts to around 40 miles per hour will be possible across the Northeast and New England on Thursday and Thursday night, adding further to any visibility concerns. Given the storm track, it seems unlikely that several inches of snow will accumulate in cities like Philadelphia and New York City, but it's not out of the question that some flakes could fly in those cities. Even without a blockbuster snowstorm for the Interstate 95 cities, there could still be impacts to travel across the region. Cold and snow chances are likely to continue following the storm. Persistent cold air and an active storm track are expected to bring additional rounds of snow for the Great Lakes and the Northeast as soon as this weekend, but even through next week. Snow lovers and skiers dismayed by the recent thaw will at least have something to be happy about with the return of persistent cold air. Resorts will be able to make some new snow to rebuild their base, and lake-effect snow showers may coat the landscape again in some areas. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com, and for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.